This week, Chloe has an idea for a human slingshot. David wins an argument with producer, and I nearly knocked myself out on a daff. So let's strap down, strap in, and do this.
This is just another trucking podcast.
Hello, this is Just Another Trucking Podcast. I am your host, Tom, and I'm joined, as always, by my good friend, my co-host, a lady who thinks it's Christmas as she's drinking mulled wine.
Oh, yeah.
Which, FYI, I didn't think mulled wine was actually a thing. I genuinely...
Mulled?
Well, wait, no. Okay, no. Oh, is it mulled? Or...
It's mulled. Where's my bottle?
Mulled, as an M-U-L-D?
Yeah, so I thought it was like it was just one of them things that they like in carols, like Christmas carols that they sang about. Well, no, but like it's a ye olde drink. It's something
a ye olde drink.
Like mead.
Okay, I am not explaining this right
Yeah,
at all.
mead.
Like, do you like it how
It's wine with spicy, rich, fruity aromas in it, and you warm it up and drink it.
What is it they do? Like in the medieval times,
Mead?
you go into an old mead. That again, like a jug of mead. Again, it's not something I thought. Can you go into a shop?
A bit
and
of
buy mead?
moonshine? Or is that American?
I've had moonshine.
David, have you had moonshine? You're in America.
By the way,
I've had it. You can buy it in the store.
Also, it occurs to me I should probably just say hello, David, the other co-host.
Hey, how was it
We were
going?
just going into alcohol, and again, if you're driving, and you're stuck in traffic, and all we're doing is talking about alcohol
On the M25.
we're sorry,
Unfucking
on the M25,
lucky.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, basically gutted for you. We're all getting drunk.
Woo! Except David,
Well,
it's like
midday.
midday.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Oh
about?
no, he's going for
See,
it.
actually, he is midday. He's on the Baileys. Go on, son. What have we got to start off with? T-shirts. Should we talk about T-shirts?
Yeah,
Someone
everyone
slap
buy a
on
t-shirt.
We are.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
we're going to have to
Yeah.
go off the air. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Not everybody has to
basically,
buy one.
This is not a guilt trip,
Not
but
at
it's
all.
your fault
fact.
if we stop recording. Don't forget, if you're listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. The usual
And leave a wonderful,
jazz.
pleasant comment.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Pleasant,
yes. Like
maybe.
Holden Man, who is our MVP on YouTube. Even though we don't pull very good YouTube numbers, we do need to get. Hey, if you can, share us on YouTube because we don't pull good numbers on there. We end of the day, I know it's a podcast, but still, it'd be nice if we got some better.
It's
numbers.
entertaining to watch our faces.
Exactly. There you are. See, lovely. And David puts a lot of time and effort into editing this.
I do.
Like,
Yeah,
do.
he does.
yeah, exactly. He does.
So if anything, go and look at it
Um,
for the salmon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you are listening on Spotify, give us 5 stars. Is that right?
Oh yes.
Yeah, 5 stars.
On everything.
No one's backed me up
Glowing
on that.
review.
Yeah, and on iTunes, leave us a comment. Please leave us a comment because it genuinely helps us. And share with a mate. Send it to a friend. Let them know how amazing we are.
Share the
Unless we're not,
love.
unless we're shit, then I would recommend you do not share this.
No, do share it because then
Um,
someone you hate, you can just share it to anyway. As we've said
That's a
before.
great call. That's a great call. Yeah,
Someone's
yeah.
gonna love us.
We seem to have gone back in time a little bit.
Okay.
Back
Right.
to like the original days of like the podcast because we're getting asked for arseholes.
Oh yes, we are.
In fact, I think have you got one, Chloe? First,
I have, yeah.
Go on.
Go
What's
on,
yours?
So we've got a guy that's messaged us on Instagram called Miller. Charlie Miller, he's down as. And just discovered our podcast the other week, and he is already on episode 50 within the week. Absolutely
Within
loving.
a week?
Yep, he is smashing it.
Holy crap!
So
How many
I'm
driving
sorry.
hours are you doing, that lad?
He is
A lot of
smashing it
driving.
out. So
You could,
yeah,
God
you could
damn,
knock,
yeah.
you could
he is
knock out
honorary
5
arsehole.
episodes in a day, easily.
Well, no, 'cause if you think about it, so we've got we're on. Oh, this will be the 69th episode, will it?
I believe so,
Yep.
something like that.
So if you listen to it while driving, you've got just under 2 weeks of driving, like just under 2 weeks of, and that's like the second you start driving, you're immediately listening to it.
You can speed it up, by the way. You don't have to listen to it at normal speed. You can literally press.
Why would you tell people that?
Chipmunk speed.
Why would you tell people that?
It's not gonna affect our income.
This
Fair
is
enough
true.
then. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, do it. Yeah,
I have to do that.
Technically, we get more ad revenue. Wicked.
No, the ads will still come where they're supposed to be.
Okay.
Okay, so
we're still going to get right. Okay, so David, we are going to get paid if they do that.
Yes, absolutely. We're
Yeah.
gonna
Okay.
get
Right.
Yeah,
Do what the
that's
fuck you
fine.
want
Do what you
then.
want.
Listen
Yeah.
to it times 2 speed. We don't give a shit.
Crack
Right.
on.
Okay. The other one. The other one that we've got is so this one. This one's fantastic. This is from Julian. Hi, Julian. By the way, so it says, "Hello, my name is Julian." We know that because I've just said his name twice, now 3 times. And I work with Josh, who it's Julian. And he works with Josh, who we called
That's such a
an
long pause.
arsehole. Oh no, it's because I'm trying to read the fucking message, you dickhead. Right, we called him an arsehole on the episode.
Has everyone paused?
I'm not.
Uh-oh.
We're experiencing some technical difficulties here.
What just happened?
You
Tom, you
stopped
spazzed
talking.
out.
Have you got us on times 2, David?
All right, let's do some fancy editing.
Right, okay. So, hello, my name is Julian, and I work with Josh, who you called an arsehole on the Don't Be a episode. Sorry,
Hey.
David. And he actually says in October 2021. Jesus Christ, we have done so many of these. Just to let you know, he's also an ADR wanker. Do we
Hey.
bleep wanker?
No.
No, fuck it.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, it's all good. I'm getting scripts to the fact that we can now just swear. We're not bleeping anything. Please can we call him out again? And I also nominate myself for being an arsehole, for being a class 2 multi-drop.
Oh,
So
yeah.
basically we have got 2 arseholes in one, but one's a repeat customer. He's a repeat arsehole. Wow.
Wow, that's dedication.
Should we re-explain to people? No, bollocks to it. Basically, if you don't know what's going on,
They're shoutouts.
fuck yeah.
Just listen back, yeah. We're sharing the love.
That's it. There's no more arseholes, is there?
Right.
Is everyone's,
I think that's
everyone got
it.
one?
Yeah, we're good.
I have one, but I'm more
Oh.
pissed off you haven't even introduced me yet.
Oh, yeah.
right,
Yeah.
producer. Hello, how are we doing, producer? Why what's your arsehole? I don't really think you get to have an arsehole, do you?
I'm
bit
going to
rude.
have an arsehole.
Oh, okay.
rude.
Right.
Alright.
So, so you actually got?
Let's hear it.
So you're going to call someone out,
I am going to call someone out. I'm going to call out Chris Rickett.
Right.
He
What?
commented
What do you do?
on a video a few weeks back on the YouTube. He commented, producer Emily was fantastic. Can we have her every week? Well, fuck you, Chris. You're an arsehole.
I mean, he's got
Sorry,
a point.
David. Oh, no, you don't have to.
yeah. Well, that was his comment. So basically, he liked other producer better. Basically, yeah.
Who doesn't?
Well, it's
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
He can have the other producer because I'm going away.
Oh, you are soon,
I'm
aren't you?
Aren't you going to come visit me?
Yeah. I was going to say, do you want to know what I'm going to do? Because
Okay.
only David seems to care.
Go
I
on.
care. I
Go
care.
on. What's going on?
Okay, well, I'm going to go and see David because I'm going out to California, and I'm also going to be balls deep. Now, you can take that how you want.
Wait.
We all know how that's been taken, and it's been taken the same way that David's going to be taking it.
Wow, that's
Oh,
shocked
Jesus
face.
Christ. Hello, welcome to the UK's largest trucking podcast. You've just tuned in.
Oh, yes. Amazing.
Right, shall we move on to our first topic?
I think we need to.
Yeah, shoot.
I want to talk about the spate of Amazon trucks in fields recently. It was something I was going to mention last week. We were going to talk about last week, but we got caught up with other things, and
We briefly
know how it
touched it
gets.
when I did a short video, didn't I?
much like Ryan will be with David later when we meet up. So,
You know, my wife actually listens to these podcasts now.
She knows
She's
what to
going to listen
expect.
to you scream as well.
right. Anyways, so The first one, and I don't know where this happened. It looked like it was somewhere like Sheffield, Halifax, something like that. Somewhere like Yorkshire Dales. Like, well, why are you pulling a face, producer? By the way, you now have to animate.
I'm
what?
thinking the same thing.
How the hell can you tell
Yes.
where the hell a field is
In a field.
the UK?
It's just the back. It's just the.
Oh, I
background.
know
It
that
just
one. That one had
looks-
shape in last week.
Well, it just looked fucking Yorkshire-ish, didn't it, you dickhead? That's
like a
what
field.
I thought.
It looked like a field.
Well, I don't know. It looked to me, it looked like it. But anyways, it doesn't really matter anyways where it was. But basically, I think what had happened was he'd gone up a lane. He'd managed to get himself stuck, but then couldn't reverse back out. And then the farmer had come to try and get him out, and it looked like they just tore the fence down. And he just drove into the field and went out like that. Now, the second one, which he said it was implying that it was like a dog park.
What?
And he was saying, thanks. Have you not seen the second
I've
one?
heard about it. I've also seen on the and on a motorway where there's an Amazon lorry on its side the same week as well.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Have you seen
Yeah.
the other Amazon one
In a field?
where not in a field? And so David, so we've got something called smart motorways, and
Yeah.
I can guarantee 50% of our audience right now has just gone fucking smart motorways. the second I've said that, there's been at
uproar.
least 50% of our audience that have had an immediate pang of anger. I don't mind them, but anyways,
I
that's by
don't
the
deal
by.
with them. It's
But
fine.
you will soon. It'll happen. It'll happen. But basically, there's these sections where it comes up with if the lane's going to be closed, there's an accident. There's a red X on that lane above the lane, and you're not allowed to go through the red X.
But
and
people don't care.
It doesn't just happen. Well, no, if there's a camera there, it
You're
will actually
screwed,
flash you,
Yeah.
and you will actually get points on your license.
Also, there's an incentive not to.
There's
Like-
you cannot. It is illegal to do it.
Yeah.
But they don't just pounce up on you. They don't just come out of nowhere. You get indicators saying you need to get right over. And I think it was whatever had happened. It was trying to get everyone into the very right hand lane. So at 4 lanes, it was trying to get everyone into the very right hand lane. And this Amazon truck's just traveling along in lane 2, just doing whatever. And it's obviously had these reminder signs, and it just comes to a near stop.
Right.
Because it doesn't want to get a ticket going through there. It's crackers, and it does seem there's a lot of really
they've had a
bad
bad
driving
week.
going.
Yeah.
But so one of the videos of him driving through in a field is actually been shot by the driver, and so this comes back. So this is going to kind of go on to a couple of different things. And he says, "Thanks Amazon app. Look at where it sent me."
Oh.
So he's so that to me makes it sound like they've got a unique app that they have to use to direct them to go places.
Well, it
sends
wouldn't
them through
surprise
It
me.
sounds like
Because doesn't Tesco have the same thing? They've got to follow their paperwork.
exactly, and this is something I was
So
going
I
to
can
talk
imagine
about.
that with Amazon.
Well, exactly, and so Tesco's. Tesco's are not no Tesco's drivers are allowed to use
Sat-nav.
GPS
Yeah.
at all. You basically get instructions on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And you have to follow that.
That's kind of how it was for a long time. Our company told us don't use truck GPSs. We have directions for you.
Really?
All right, and go by them. Meaning, as in, like, first of all, there's routing, and then there's directions. All right, routing is basically the computer is sending you to the from the city. And to the next city you're delivering, it'll tell you exactly what freeways to use and all that. Now that's fine, all right. You have to go by that. But then there's the directions. Now the directions are not computer made; they are written by a driver who's already made a delivery there. Sometimes they're not perfect, or sometimes they did it one way, but it was like, dude, if you just made a left here and a right there, you were there. You know what I mean? There's better
Yeah.
directions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As in, like, but again, if you follow them. Seriously, for 5 years out in my career, I never had GPS. You know, so this is how I had to get there
Really?
everywhere. You know what I mean? So, and it worked most of the time. Just sometimes they said make a left when you should have made a right, and that completely screws you up completely. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's just, you're never supposed to actually go by the directions on a GPS, even currently right now. They just want you to go the route that they want you to go because it's their trucks, their rules, and obey them or leave basically.
Well, so this is my point. This was kind of like my question here is, what is the best way of doing it? What way should you be doing it? Because this is obviously okay. So for me, what I do is if it's somewhere that I've been previously, I will always travel with my sat nav on, always. Even if I've been there a million times, I will still have my
if there's
my
any
GPS
diversions
on.
or traffic, it'll take you around.
Yeah, yes.
Exactly.
Yes,
and
yes,
it will let you know, and you can make assessments based
So
on
what
that.
did Tesco and Amazon do when you've got issues like that? What are you meant to do?
And this is it. Well,
Surely your satellite would be safer than just going, fuck it, let's just go up there.
Well, so
Into a
I
field.
use a combination. So what I use, if it's a site I've not been to previously, so I will ask a driver.
Yeah.
That generally is the best way of figuring it out. Ask another driver who has been there before. Those
Just one of your work colleagues or something. Someone who's been there already.
So for what I do,
it depends on your
a
job,
lot of the sites that a lot of the sites that we go to, we've been there at one point or another. It's very rare that we get a new site, and even if there is a new site, there's always a driver. Because we don't just get sent one truck there. They will order like 10,000 tons of stone, and we'll be getting 1,000 tons of that, and there'll be usually one driver that's been there. But
it's kind of like the same way with us.
Do,
you get one driver who actually roll them out. So same kind of thing.
Yeah. And then the other one is I will use Google Maps and my TomTom. Because the TomTom will always try and take you a road.
Right.
It will always try and take you
Is
around
that a truck
about.
dedicated GPS?
Yeah, it's a proper truck dedicated one, and it will try and send you round the houses. And I've had it where it can send you massively out of your way. I've had it where it's trying to send me 40 minutes out of my way. So what I will do is I'll use a combination of Google Maps and the TomTom, and I will try and follow Google Maps. But what I found is the TomTom reacts in certain ways. So if you try and follow it on Google Maps and you can get through there, the TomTom will start tracking you and it will start directing the way that you're going, and it'll be happy enough doing it. But if there's a weight limit or a low bridge or something like that coming up, it will then try and redirect you and turn you back around. And that's the point that you're like, I can't go this way. So you know that there's something fucky along that road there. Now, don't get me wrong, it's like you get sent into these little traps and you think, I can go down this A road here. Because the thing is, when you're looking at it, even if you had the books, the proper Atlas ones.
Yeah.
You look on it, and they've put a weight restriction down there, and it's just happened, or it's not registered, or it'll say because sometimes. And the thing is, so they've got weight restrictions, but then they've got unsuitable for HGVs. Now, unsuitable for HGVs
that could mean anything, though.
So as you know, Chloe.
Yeah.
So in some areas, I've been down some areas and it says unsuitable for
and
HGVs,
it's absolutely fine.
and I'm like, this is a fucking A road.
Yeah, it's the local
I can easily get down
that don't want you to come in and out. That's all it is.
But yeah. But then, as you know, in your area, the same as where I'm from, Kendal,
so I
they're unsuitable for HGV, and you're like, it's not just unsuitable. That's
don't even go down a car.
Yeah.
Jesus. No, I mean that's the same for like me, because obviously I do a lot of local, as you know, and a lot of it I don't necessarily need to use the GPS because I know where I'm going, and I figure out that sort of way. But if I do have to use a GPS, I've got one on my tablet with my work, but I don't always trust it. I always tend to have a little look and then glance and figure out that way, and then know where you're going from there.
We had one at Pickering's.
What, a tablet?
And it was one of the tablet ones, but it was like some cheap Chinese, like they just put like a truck. It was awful. Right. It was awful. It was one of the worst. It was just terrible.
Oh, we were right. We got a Samsung.
Oh, well, no, it wasn't that. It was the actual. It was the app that was.
Oh,
bad.
the app. Oh, okay. So we've got I can't really say the name. It's an app that does all the skips. So you literally can go on to your job. You can see where it is. You can see all the details on it. Click on the button to go map, and it will just take you there, which is really cool. But
that's kind of cool.
You can't always trust it because obviously you're in a truck. So you kind of look at the map and go, right, well, I know where that is, so I can go the right way around, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You know what I've done? When I didn't have a truck GPS because I didn't feel like I needed one, and I would just use old school way. I basically would just use the directions that my company gave us. It's on a computer, really basic computer and all that. And I would use the directions, and then I would match the directions to Google. But sometimes I'd be like, you know what? Can I go this way? So basically, I would do the Google Street View. All right, and that will actually tell me how I there's a railway track right there. Ooh, okay. Can I go underneath that railway track? So I'll just find exactly what the height is. There'll be a sign somewhere on that road, But I've used that many times. Again, it's kind of backwards and all that kind of stuff. It's just me being cheap, and I didn't want to spend like $300 or $400 on a truck.
I've done the same. If you use a bit of Street View, you can see exactly what's coming up. If there's something you're not sure about,
that's great and all. But if you've got there's times when you've got like an hour and a half, 2 hour trip, and it's wanting to redirect you all these little ways, and the place that you're going to is in the back arse of nowhere.
Have you ever had it when they try and direct you round a road closure and you come out on the wrong side of the fucking road closure that you should have been on?
No, I haven't had that. But I once had, and I'm trying to think where this was. It was somewhere proper. It wasn't Oxford or something like that, but it was like very horse racy sort of area. It was like super, super, super posh. Like as in like I people were looking at me with disgust, not because I'm in a truck, but because I'm lesser than them. I know, right? And so I went down this. I'd got the instructions off another driver,
right?
And he was like, "Go this way, that's that." And you'll come out. It's right next to this 9-foot bridge. Not a problem at all.
Oh, no.
Fucking went down this little lane, got to it. It's on the other side of this 9-foot bridge.
Oh, no.
And so I put it into my sat-nav, and it was like 35 minutes.
What, to go all the way round?
And to go all the way round to get to the other side of this fucking 9-foot bridge. And I had to back it down, and people were just looking at it with disgust. I will say, I've done... I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes my Google, my little Google Maps TomTom thing, it does work. Mm-hmm. It doesn't always work. I will say
sometimes it just goes crazy and it just goes, go wherever you want. Fuck it.
I've told you about the 9-foot bridge incident when I got to it, and it was, and I was like, and I had to back up, and people were very angry.
Yeah,
no, they weren't actually.
You showed us the video of that.
Yeah, we've seen it. Yeah,
that's right. Have you guys ever went underneath an overpass and just kind of hoped that you were going to get underneath it? Have you ever done that?
No, never. But that's because that's not something that we have here. I watched your videos on YouTube of like in America, and you're looking at it and thinking, "Holy hell, that's low." Because what's the height there?
Again, our trailers are average of 13.6 to 14 feet. But again, you can have higher if you have the permit. Low. But with the depends. Like the more east you go, the more it's going to be 13.6, and the more west you can go, it's going to be more 14.
I've seen like an American reel where there's one like that, and there's just like a relay of about 20 trucks, or mainly Swift, just going for it and just completely decapitating the top of their lorry.
Oh yeah.
It's a brilliant video.
Well,
you know what? So I want to defend Swift. Can I defend Swift for a second? No, I've never worked for Swift. Now, Swift has the most accidents.
Just very quickly.
Go ahead.
Just very quickly, because I should probably say for our UK. So for those people who don't know what Swift is the Eddie Stobbart of America.
Yeah.
They are. Would you say one of the biggest?
So Swift have the most trucks and trailers in the country / the world. All right.
Now and they're also the most embedded in
there is a reason
most
why.
Embedded.
Hold on. Let me just defend them. All right.
Go on.
The reason why Swift have the most accidents is because they have the most trucks. Straight up.
Yeah, this is the thing.
All right,
It's
people have a
statistics.
tendency of
It's
forgetting that fact.
statistics,
All right,
And
they have
plus,
the
you're
most
going to see
on-time.
them. If something happens,
They have the most on-time
you're gonna
deliveries.
talk about it.
They have the most safest miles. You know what I mean? As in, like, so
Yeah.
it's just yes, there is websites and there is forums and there is Google, there is YouTube videos dedicated alone to just Swift, and it just it kind of annoys me. I've never worked for them.
Yeah.
Again, I just like they have the most. You know what? I do like about Swift. We had a yard right next to one of the Swift headquarters or whatever, right? And they actually used when they had a training center there, and they used proper 53-foot trailers with proper sleeper trucks, and they were training their drivers in those. All right,
Nice.
you don't get that. You don't get that in regular truck schools. All
Are they normally quite small
They would
ones?
put
They
you.
just-
They put you in the smallest trailer possible and the smallest truck possible, and then you get your CDL that way. But Swift actually uses the proper size trailers and the size trucks that you will be using, and they have more of an
I
incentive
don't think
to actually
it's
train
always
properly.
the best. Yeah, I don't think it's always the best to have the smallest though, because sometimes like having bigger is you're more pronounced on the road, and you got to take the room, haven't you? And sometimes I just find it easier to reverse with something bigger. When you get the little trailers,
you have
they're
more
quite
control.
Awkward.
You have
Yeah,
more
that's
control
what I
on
mean.
the trailer.
It comes
the
round
longer
more
the trailer.
steady. Yeah,
But you need a lot more room because
Yes.
of the reaction. You know what I mean? It's easier to keep it steady, but the smaller the
Yeah.
trailer, the harder it is to control. You know what I mean? You need micro movements. But anyway, yeah, that's just. But I don't know. I just have a beef with people who mock the company for having the most.
I wasn't mocking. I just said it was a video. All right.
I will say, on
I
the
don't have a
same
problem
thing
with
of
you.
Amazon, like, Amazon seems to be getting a lot of videos going out at the moment, but they also as well.
They
I
are
think
big.
Amazon have the most,
Yeah.
probably one of the biggest.
Over
they're
here,
not a haulage
they're
company,
not-
but
No,
Over
but they're
here,
getting
they're
quite
not,
big,
they're
aren't
not
they? That's
Amazon
the
drivers.
thing.
They just happen
Massive.
to contract out their trucks to them. You know what I mean? As in, like, so yes, you
It's
have your
just the
Amazon
trailer at
drivers
the end of
who
the
make
day, yeah.
who make the local deliveries and all that kind of stuff. But most of the actual Amazon drivers over here are owner operators. You know, and they do. But that's of the big trailers, that is. But
They don't look at that though. They look at the actual trailer saying Amazon, don't they? And that's
from
it.
what
Absolutely.
I've
Absolutely.
seen, most of the trucks for Amazon are Amazon, at least Amazon liveried tractor units.
That one on the video wasn't though, was it? It was just a white one.
You sure? I thought that one was.
The first video was.
I
No, I
don't
was
know
gonna
the
say,
second one.
I
I haven't
thought-
seen the second one.
Oh yeah, it was a black one with a smiley face.
I haven't
yeah, my
seen
bad.
the second one.
Yeah.
My bad.
Same thing. White, black. It's same color. It's all good. It's all
Is
good.
it?
So
I know this is
I've
actually
just-
starting off to be like a trucking podcast. Isn't that awesome?
I know,
Wow.
right?
I know, we better
Talking
change
trucks.
that, eh?
I love talking trucks. I'm sorry. I don't mind going. Don't
wait
mind
for the
veering
second
off
comment.
and talking about how many
Go,
kids
go
you
on,
can take on.
producer. What have you got for
Sorry.
us?
Well, I was fact checking David because obviously he was saying Swift are one of the largest in the US, and they're not.
Hold
They're
on.
fifth.
Scandal.
No bullshit. Okay,
Go on,
They are
fucking
fifth.
educate me.
Come on. What is it?
Okay, so fourth is JB Hunt, third is XPO, second is FedEx, and first is UPS.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Damn.
You know what?
Ooh.
Okay,
XPO
but
are
I'm surprised that
Yeah.
JB Hunt has more than Swift. Okay,
over here as
sometimes
well,
I have a
aren't they?
tendency of excluding FedEx and UPS. I don't know why I shouldn't.
It's understandable.
But
They're normally little vans, aren't they?
I didn't realize
mean-
JB Hunt has had more. XPO is basically the same as UPS and
Yeah, we've
and
got them.
FedEx.
Yeah.
But JB Hunt
got
has
them.
more trucks. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
you go.
They definitely don't have the. Now Swift will definitely have the most sleeper trucks because JB Hunt basically is just local deliveries.
Fact check him.
He's
Oh,
wrong.
that's-
He's
I don't think
wrong.
it goes down to that.
No, that one you don't need to fact check. Most of the cargo
Hang on,
that
hang on.
JB Hunt have are off the rails. They're basically
Swift do have more tractors.
okay.
And they have
Oh.
more trailers, but they have less employees and their revenue is less.
Okay.
Really?
That's probably the reason why the revenue is less. Because they've been buying loads of trucks and they've not got anyone to
And they've
fucking
just
drive
sat
them.
there.
To be fair, looking at this,
all
Swift
in
have
bridges,
double
that's
the
why.
amount of trailers as what JB Hunt do.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Actually, Swift have more trailers than XPO.
Are they all broken?
So when I say the
Well, no,
biggest
say-
company, I'm not.
Oh,
far off.
don't. Just, bloody hell.
What?
You get-
What's happened?
I mean,
he's got his high horse, right? I was right all this time.
I was right. No, UPS still beats it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then going back to minimum clearance on US interstates, has to be a minimum of 14 feet, which is why it always looks so close, because that's not really that
But
much.
on the East Coast,
14
it's
foot.
13.6.
Wow.
You can't have. It is illegal to have a trailer on the East Coast that is higher than 13.6. In the West Coast, it's different.
Is it?
Oh no! So this is
16?
this isn't the trailer height. This is the minimum
bridge.
height.
Oh,
The
okay.
overpass
So,
has to be.
all right. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah. So
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
forgive me. Can you say that fact again about the trailers? Sorry, the what's it called? The overpasses. So there's a minimum height.
So the minimum design value of 14 feet
Yeah, fleet.
was designed for vertical clearance, and that's from the American Association of State Highway Officials.
Okay, but there are overpasses that are lower than that. It's not illegal to have an overpass that's lower than that. You just can't put anything. You know,
You just can't drive under it.
Crazy, and this is on the
Yeah.
this is on the motorways. I know we've talked about this at some other point, but this is crazy to me because
Okay, on the freeways.
in the
okay,
UK,
It
freeways are
must be
different.
quite
It's-
easy to hit then,
is
surely.
it 16 foot in the UK?
16 points, something, isn't it? Is it 16
Something
foot
that's
one?
ridiculous. I love
16
that.
summit.
Before it has to be marked up? Yeah.
Well, cause we have what we call it. It's a double decker, and so the things are massive.
Oh,
This
it's
is
16.6.
absolutely huge. 16.6.
Oh, no, we're terrible.
That's
people.
amazing. Yeah.
And even still, even at 16.6, I would say a lot of bridges far exceed that on the motorways.
Yeah.
Because
Ours
you've got to think
exceed
that a lot
14
of them,
as well, by a lot, mainly. You know,
Mainly.
it's just them few that's not. Well,
But,
just
you know,
'cause
like
sometimes
11
you
foot
get
8.
11 foot 8. Well, it's not. It's 12 foot. 12 foot 4, is it now?
What are you on
I think
about
no.
now?
Have you never heard of this, Chloe?
What?
There is a bridge in America that is that renowned for being hit. Honestly,
It has its
so
own
that
website.
would struggle to
That's
keep
probably
up.
the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
that I've been watching on the videos and
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
even realise.
Yeah.
You probably only saw
They
one.
call
Swift.
it the
most
can
most of
opener.
them were moving. Most of them
No.
were moving trucks. Or
There was a
rider
lot
trucks.
of Swift. Oh yeah, there were some riders. Yeah.
A lot of riders.
I think, and I don't know how true this is, but most of the local, like when you can go and hire out the rider trucks and all that kind of thing, most of them have a clause that excludes that bridge.
Interesting.
Oh really?
I don't know. That's something I've heard. I don't know how true it is, but apparently there's a clause in it. And it's this bridge. It's for some reason people say it's really deceptive in how low it is.
There's flashing
despite the
lights
fact it has
and barriers.
flashing lights.
Jesus Christ.
And not just
No, that is the
but
one
it
I've
actually-
seen then, yeah.
But the lights actually, if a vehicle has overheight
It
comes up to
flashes,
it,
doesn't
they've got traffic lights. It stops you and has flashing things that says you
Oh.
must turn left now.
And they still just keep flooring it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck it.
And to be fair,
Do it.
I've just looked. Literally a week ago, another rental truck hit it, but not even full speed. It came off the left-hand side of where you look on the camera, and
Right.
turned into it at slow
just
speed
kept
and just
going.
went straight into the barrier.
Do you know, there's a bridge down my way in Newton Abbot, and it's by Sainsbury's, and it's like the smallest bridge. So it's like got a bigger tunnel, and then it goes into a little tunnel, and a little Pets at Home little 7.5 ton thing was going at it, and decided to go under it. Obviously, they missed the first bit of the bridge, and the second bit of the bridge was that much lower. They must have been heading face first into it, and they still floored it
Wow.
towards it and literally took out the cab. I was like, how stupid do you have
Jesus.
to be driving at a wall, literally?
There's a place, I can't remember where it is in the UK, and there's a low bridge, and they have like these chains hanging down off there's a metal bar, which the metal bar must be at 16
Right.
foot, but there's chains hanging down,
To warn you.
and so that way if you hit it,
You're gonna hear it.
Makes a
you're
absolute
gonna hear the
racket
chains.
light.
I was
yeah.
driving in Canada one time, and I'd never driven before, and I was driving through a town on the main strip, but it said low bridge ahead, but it was set in meters. I was like, oh crap! I don't know what my height is in meters. I'm 13.6. I didn't know the conversion, so I pulled up to it, and it was one of those ones where you kind of go down and then up, But as soon as I got there, I like stuck my head out the window and I started pile of people behind me. But I'm like, I'm like, okay, I'm good. But it seriously scared the living crap out of me.
So on my old job, we used to have a fuel card, Morgan Fuels, and you couldn't fucking get Morgan Fuels anywhere.
What? Because you couldn't fit under it.
Pain in the ass. Just Morgan Fuels. There's hardly any of them anywhere, and petrol stations are marked in meters.
Yeah. And
so it says it's at whatever meters, 4.2 meters or something like that. It was. I can't remember exactly, but it was some amount in meters. And I had to stop hanging halfway out into the road, get on my phone, Google 4.2 meters in feet.
To make sure you can fit.
I was like, oh yeah, I can get under that. I'm okay.
So we've got in the Roro, there's this one job that we've got to go to where you've got to go under a railway bridge. I think it's like 12'9" or something. So in the Roro, you literally just skim under it with a 20-yard Roro on board. You would never fucking get under there with a big 40. You would take the bridge out completely. But you go to do it the first time, and it's like one of those curb bridges as well. So you've got to stick dead in the middle and just literally through and make sure you get through. That. Oh, it's horrible. It's the worst feeling ever.
There's this tunnel that goes underneath Seattle, and it's 14 foot high, and it doesn't say no trucks. Okay, it just doesn't say it. So you know what?
That's a good start.
But here's the thing: it's open in the morning.
Let's be honest.
In the morning, it's northbound, I think, and then it shuts down, and then in the afternoon, it's the other way. Okay, so basically,
so it's like a one-way thing.
Yeah, it's one way or the other. But I don't know. But I see. And then eventually, I saw a truck go down. I'm like, all right, okay. I really want to take this now, because if you do take that tunnel, it skips a lot of traffic, and because it basically you take this if you don't need to be exiting anytime in the next 15 miles or whatever. I can't remember what it was, But I'd be watching the truck in front of me just missing by like an inch, and it was just like, oh my god, it's so close. Like, what if you hit a bump? What if you hit a bump or something, or there's a pothole, and because
how many truck drivers out there? And let us know in the comment section if you've had that and you've got to site and it's set. You've then told the customer, I mean, the road didn't tell me I wasn't allowed to go down there.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
It didn't clearly say that an articulated vehicle couldn't get down that green lane.
Just said it was unsuitable. That's all. It's fine.
Yeah. Insuitable and impassable, two different things.
It's when you somehow get down there and you're like, fucking hell, that was tight, wasn't it? They're like, how the fuck did you get down there? It's like, don't know, but I'm here. I'm not going back that way.
What she said.
Shut up, you.
Oh wow.
Oh, have you done the one where your sat nav has taken you? Oh god, we're terrible.
Oh no, what?
Drivers. It's taking you down this little lane, and you've got down this little lane to the fucking place, and you've got there, and you might not completely have checked beforehand, and you should have been a bit clearer.
Oh no,
and
what?
you've got to the site, and they've said, "What are you doing coming from that direction? It's a bit tight, isn't it?" It says, "Yeah." It says, if you go like 50 yards down there, you get
right
to the main road.
You spent like half an hour on green lanes.
That's happened,
exactly.
I realized afterwards nobody actually told me, and it's definitely happened a few times where I was like, I just wasn't paying attention. But luckily enough, maybe I got away with it and no one ever actually said anything.
Well, on the TomToms, it does this little thing where if like the road is weight restricted, it will like put the weight restriction. No, it'll put the weight restriction, and it'll put a little bit of the roads being weight restricted, but the rest of it's all good to go. So when you look at it and go, okay, there's a weight restriction at the top end of it just there, so I can go up and round this way and come out the other side of it. But in actual fact, it's the whole road that's been weight restricted. The TomTom's just showing that tiny bit at the end.
Where it's really bad, yeah.
Well, no, it's not. You can just go along there. But the TomTom's just shit sometimes. There you go. Should we move on to our next topic?
Sure.
Yeah, bloody hell. Yeah, maybe we
All right,
should.
Chloe.
And,
What do you got?
and by the way, David, I feel like you're looking very pleased with yourself because I feel like you're going to escape your topic, aren't you?
Oh no!
One in the bank.
Devastating.
Let's just stretch out Chloe's as long as we can.
So I was fantasizing earlier what it'd be like to win 150 million. And I just wanted to see what you guys would do with
150 million
Yeah.
puppies. 150 million.
million pounds or dollars, however you want to look at it.
150 million
How
of your
about
local
dong?
currency.
Yes.
Unless
Unless you're from South Korea and that's like not worth that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 26
like 10p.
pence or something like that. Yeah.
That's minimum
North
wage
Korea,
down.
not South Korea.
A lot of money.
South Korea's the rich one. Yeah.
A lot of
All
money.
right. What are your thoughts on
see-
it? Or Tom, go ahead. Sorry.
I thought about this because I wouldn't want some big extravagant home.
No.
But the thing is, right? No, genuinely, I wouldn't. I would want somewhere like nice and small, kind of tucked out the way, somewhere easy to manage. But the
With a
issue
helicopter
is,
pad.
so nothing like that. But I
With
do
a truck.
think, I do want somewhere. Obviously, I want somewhere for my kids to come round.
Yeah.
So I'd also need a guest bedroom as well,
Obviously,
just in case.
of
Yeah.
course.
Just
a
one
game
guest
room.
bedroom.
And I also want a computer room for
Yeah.
that. And it would be nice to have.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have a pool. And suddenly,
Yeah.
this tiny little house that I had is suddenly expanded to something. So I want something that's really small.
So you want a mansion,
but
but
it
it's
has
small.
all of these things.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I want, and again, for some reason, I've got all these things that I would love to have if I won the lottery. But every single thing I kind of think, but I wouldn't want that because. So I would love a Tesla. I would love a
Yeah.
Tesla Model X, but I hate Tesla drivers. I
And
hate
you'd become one.
all Tesla drivers. And I'm not saying that Tesla drivers, when they're out of the Tesla, are bad people. If you're standing, we're having a conversation somewhere, you're a
You're
lovely
lovely
person.
until you get in the Tesla.
The second you get in that car, you are a horrible person, and I genuinely want to run you off the road a little bit.
Yeah, I get that.
Why? Why is that?
Well, I don't fucking
Is
know
that
about it.
jealousy,
he
Tom?
doesn't-
That's
I'm
Because he
asking
doesn't
you.
like
Come on,
Tesla
because I know
drivers.
Tesla drivers, and and they're not that bad. You know, one of my best friends has a Tesla. You know,
I mean,
and,
On the
And,
road, they
again,
are
I'm
arseholes.
saying your friend. If we
Go
all
ahead.
met up and we had a conversation with your mate, I'd be like, yeah, lovely guy, what an
Until
absolute
he
guy.
gets in the Tesla.
second he gets in that car, I'm like, your friend is a
Actually,
dickhead and he deserves to be shot.
you'd know he's a Tesla driver before that because all Tesla drivers like to tell people that they're
well-
Tesla drivers.
Yes, the same thing as vegans, and my sister's a vegan, so I should know. Hello, Eve, by the way.
You know, actually, he actually, this particular friend of mine,
You're about to disprove what you've just said to us, haven't you?
No. He loves
Actually,
Tesla
he's a
so much
dickhead.
that he used every penny of his retirement and everything and bought Tesla stocks.
Ooh.
Like 4 years ago, and he's well set off right now. You know, like
Nice.
he bought like 2,000 stocks, which right now it's like $800 a stock. You know,
See, it's not the
and
thing.
it was
If you
up
want
to like
that
1,100
money-
or 1,200.
If you want that money, would you not invest some of it into something? Obviously, you want to buy the.
He
the
has.
Well,
car
he's
thing
literally
into
invested
life.
into
Well,
Tesla.
No,
That's
he
it, yeah.
has, yeah. But I mean, if you physically want the money, what would you invest in? Like, would you buy a company? Would you invest it as well as
I
buying
would do
other
a lot of
shit?
stuff. I would love a trucking company. Honest to God, I would love to, and actually run
Yeah,
the way I
okay,
want
yeah.
I want it
Yeah.
to be run, the way that I've always wanted a trucking company run, the way I can pay my employees
How they should be, yeah.
you know, how they should
Yeah.
be, and make sure that they okay. But here's the thing: if you're a shitty driver, okay, well maybe you shouldn't. You know what I mean? Now I don't want to micromanage too much, but come on, there is so many truckers who are terrible truckers who just don't give
Do
a
you
shit
want to
about the
be
company.
just like in power and bollock them for no reason? Is that what you
I
want?
don't. Well, I don't want that.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? As in like, but as
Yeah.
in like, I just want to. There's just, in a way, okay. 150 million. Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. You could get like a minor. A pretty decent sized trucking company, but again, you'd want to have the contracts and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
I know there's a
You
reason.
could buy that though,
Wait,
ready set up.
yeah. I don't know if I'd want to set up. I don't know. I'd like one thing I would love to do is to have all my drivers, they're able to pick and choose exactly what they want in a truck. If they want a long nose Peterbilt with a really long wheelbase, go nuts. You know what I mean? It'll be tough to get around the city, but no. And if you want an LCD screen and whatever, you pick and choose anything that will make you happy. You can have.
Yeah.
Basically, because I feel like keeping the drivers happy and giving them the most that they can possibly have in their truck to keep them happy, the longer they're going to stay with the company, and the more they'll actually want to stay with the company. If that makes any sense.
It does, but I think with keeping drivers happy, I mean it's all good and well having like for
until they take the piss
for staying away. Well, it's not. I think you can go too far with that.
Yeah.
But I do think it's about the insides. That's the part
comfort.
that end of the day it's about having a nice chair.
Yeah.
Like I was watching something and like do you know? I'm sure it's Bose who make the headphones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they make a truck seat.
Yeah, I
They
think
do?
they probably do.
Yeah.
Why would they make a
There's
truck
speakers
seat?
out of it.
So it's because. So I'm sure. Just double check it's Bose, and it's And I can't remember what company it was. We're fucking
Chloe's
going
wife.
way off topic on this.
Sorry, it's just so distracting. The
Right.
big huge fishbowl.
So
It's fine.
the she's drinking this wine out of.
I'm
what
like
is
halfway through.
essentially-
I am
it's-
pissed already.
it's-
It's great.
Is this was that one?
It was.
Wait.
It was one bottle
Did
of
the
wine.
whole bottle go into that? The whole bottle of wine went into that one glass. What is happening? What is happening? Right.
And it's,
Okay.
it's
So
definitely half gone. Whoa.
So there was this. There was a company. It was Bose and someone else that made this. Like it was like an electromagnetic suspension
Right.
on this car, and basically it would go over anything, and it was like you could put. I'm sure they did a test where they put something in the car. I'm not making this up. Producer, you're gonna have to back me up in a second.
Yeah,
I'm
he's agreeing with you.
genuinely looking at
The
it
fish
right
is
now.
nodding his head.
Yeah. So yeah, was it Bose that did this?
Yeah, the
Yeah, and
Bose
basically,
ride
and
system.
it went across, and it would just glide over everything. It was just
What, like
the ride.
magnets?
Yeah, so basically, it used like electromagnetics.
Yeah, I was going to say, have they
suspension.
invented
Okay.
this yet?
But it was
Because that'd
too
be amazing.
expensive and too heavy, I think, to put in
Right.
cars. So what they did was they used the technology.
But then
of
surely
a
the
truck
magnesium would
seat.
push it away. The magnetism. So it'd be lighter.
The magnesium.
Mag-
What
magne-
magnesium?
The magnetism is what I meant.
The magnetism. Oh no, it's electromagnetic, you dickheads.
Yeah, but then
it's not.
no. So you got the wheels are magnetic, and then the outside of the wheels, so it's pushing it away up in the air a little bit, and then you're driving forward, and then the force of the magnets are pushing it forward and back.
Yeah,
Why
that's
have
not
we
how
not
this
invented
works.
that? Why is that not an
Well,
invention?
the
my
bullet
God,
train
what is
is
happening?
kind of like that, where it's like sitting on top of their magnets, and they have the
Surely
they're
that would
hovering
make
above
sense.
ground.
Is it really?
Because then you would never
What
need.
is it?
You wouldn't
Is
need
that
fuel.
like a?
You wouldn't need diesel.
There's a
or
train that
well, maybe
isn't touching the
electric.
ground, and it just because it has
Is it
no.
Oh my word!
I think I don't know if it's a
That's
bullet
It's
train.
going to have
awesome.
so much to. I don't think it's the bullet train, but I
is
know
it
what
not
you're
the
talking about.
No,
and
it's not the bullet
and
train.
It's
That's a fast
I-
bugger.
it's called. It's got a name to it. Producer, what's this called? What we're talking about? Where basically
Magneto.
that uses magnets to make the train
Maglev.
hover. A maglev train, is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't.
I don't even need to
Google that.
search. I don't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And to be fair, I wasn't even listening because I was googling how many Bose ride systems I could get with 150 million.
What? How much? How much is one of them Bose seats?
So if you buy more than 100, you get the price of $2,995. So for 150 million, you can buy 50,083.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go. That's that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's not bad at all, is it? Really?
No.
But basically, it's
That's all
like
you got
it's
money
supposed to
gone.
make a really super. But it's I like. Are the roads in America like really bad? Like
Potholes.
pothole wise.
Some of them, yeah, some of them are. Like down in LA, I feel like every freeway literally has construction on it, because they're so long. But there's some absolutely terrible ones, especially when you go over overpasses. Like I remember I was teaming with a driver one time, and I think it was in Alabama or Texas. I think actually it was Texas. And when you went over the overpasses, there was such a bump. And it was like, the reason why I bring up I was teaming is because I always felt so bad for the guy sleeping behind in the bunk because you're teaming. The truck is pretty much going 24 hours a day, but I would be like, oh,
It's like a lullaby.
bollocks. I'd be very curious to find out if he actually slept through it. And like, did you feel that bump? Yep. I felt, and I just know that he literally had to have left because that was. But it happens all the time, especially around overpasses on the freeways. But
why is he not in the hammock?
Hammock?
A hammock?
Well, could you not have a hammock inside the cab?
Do you think he's driving around the beach?
Christ, you'd be swinging.
Yeah,
it'd be like doing it, you'd be spinning round.
You wouldn't be feeling the bumps though, would you?
Yeah,
you would because it will drop unless there's a spring. Yeah, you'd feel it.
Yes, because physics still happens.
If there was like an elastic to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a spring on it or something.
Yeah. But then he'd be swinging around. Imagine it under braking.
Have you not seen? There's like a kids bowl invented for like kids' food to non-spill, and it's got like this styrofoam thing that moves around it.
I've seen that.
Why can't they invent that as a bed?
Right. So if he had springs on this, as you're talking about, so you're saying that he has springs, to help with the suspension. Think about this: if he's emergency braking. The hammock would go forwards, the springs would come into tension. You have just made a human slingshot. That's what's just happened. That lad is getting fired into the back wall of the truck.
Well, maybe you just have padding there just in case for that,
Yeah,
I've drunk too much of this. Has come to terms. Yeah, I've drunk way too much. Go on.
So Southern California has has really shitty roads. They just really, really are. Again, it's the most busiest city in the world. Nearly. It's hard to keep it perfect. You know what I mean? But there's some nice places out there, but there's a lot of shitty places out there. I can't remember what it's like to drive in Europe. To be honest with you, what's it like over there? It's a
shit
potholing.
It's not. It's not.
Bumpy.
It's really not.
It is.
It's not Devon. Compared to America.
Devon's
honestly,
bad.
You go to like somewhere like Arkansas and you drive around there and it is.
To be fair, haven't America got sinkholes as potholes?
Yeah, but so do we.
Have you never seen the?
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
The roads.
Because you don't leave Devon.
Have you ever seen that one where the highway starts getting so hot the road buckles and it makes a ramp?
That's Somerset Way, isn't it? Is that the one that's
No. This is in America and it makes a ramp.
Sorry.
And the cars launch off it and they're going flying and the people whoever's at the control room watching this happening are just like they zoom into it and these cars are fucking flying.
That's probably right before it gets to an overpass because all overpasses have to be concrete.
Oh no! This is just you can see the road getting worse.
Are they stopping?
Yeah, I know.
Just laughing at it.
The overpasses aren't getting worse. It's the road. It's the part before that is getting all buckled and getting lower down and all that. You know what I mean?
There are some places that do that, and you get them, and it slingshots you up, and you bloody need it. There's a couple. There's one. So when I was out with Zoe, there's this one and it's really bad and it drops down and immediately shoots you up again. And
God, that's the worst.
we're going it's like 3 a.m, 4 a.m, something like that. And she's wondering, why am I on the very right hand side of the road? I'm nearly in the hedge on the right hand side of the road. Oh, there's nothing coming, so I can do that. And she's wondering, have I fallen asleep? And next thing, she gets launched up.
Wow.
And honestly, it throws you apart your seat. It's fucking hilarious.
Luckily, though, you're that tall that you're already reaching the roof, so it doesn't affect you.
I nearly hit my head on the roof.
Yeah, I bet you did.
On a
You do that. You do that every day.
You do that getting in.
No.
Come on.
I was right. So I was following this. I shouldn't tell this story.
Oh, you should now. Yes, you should.
So, I met this customer. I was working for Travis Perkins. No, I met this guy when I was working for a building company that I might have worked for, but we're not going to mention the name. Bleep the name. Or not. I don't give a shit, actually. Anyway, this guy came out and met me because it was quite hard to find. And he just jammed his foot down. And I've got like 6 tons of bricks on the back of the truck for him. But I go after him. Anyways, we go along, and there's this Porsche this Porsche has to pull over for this van and me because we're going faster than the Porsche down these country roads.
Wow.
We turn off down. So we turn off down this little road, and I'm following him, and then at the last second, I realise it dips down and comes back up really sharply. And I couldn't do anything. So next thing, I just grab the steering wheel, get thrown up, I hit my head on the ceiling.
Jesus
And
Christ.
I come down, and I'm like, oh no! So I managed to keep the truck under control. Oh, it was bad. It was really silly.
Did you find that you lost the bricks?
Oh, no. Oh, mate. I know how to strap a pack of bricks down, son.
That's one way to test them, that's for sure.
You twang it and then go, yeah, that'll do.
As long as I can play it like a guitar, it's fine. Ding, 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 ding.
Gotcha.
That's how you know you've got it just ratcheted right.
Just quickly, because I can guess what Tom would buy with the money. I can guess what Chloe would buy with the money. I just
what would I
can't
buy with the money?
I can't. Right, so Tom, it's simple. He would, in his house, he would have a Greg's and a Tim Hortons.
Obviously, yeah.
Yep, and then he would also go and buy a soul because he's ginger.
Allegedly.
A what? A soul?
A soul.
Oh.
Chloe,
He's ginger. Ah, I love it.
David, that took too long, son.
I'm sorry.
Chloe,
Yes.
you would have a stud farm coming off of a
would.
neighbour.
I
bought my own very labour.
With a zombie apocalypse thing underneath. Yes, I would.
Yeah, but David, all I can think of is maybe, I don't know,
Haulage
beard
company.
fucking treatment.
Oh,
Beard treatment.
You could sell beard treatment.
I actually have a beard treatment package.
You could start your own
Great.
beard treatment service.
Oh my God, David, should we do just another trucking podcast beard treatment?
Yes, we should.
I mean, he can. Yours is really unimpressive.
I'm trying to grow mine at the moment, so I can.
I was going to say, Chloe's got a better one than Tom. So.
I don't know who's been insulted there.
But in all honesty, with my trucking company, it would be a truck school as well, and I would love to take. I would love to take
Yeah, I
over
can
truck
see that.
schools in the country, to where
You would franchise them all.
Yeah,
Yes.
you could.
But ideally, actually, what I wanted, even this is something I could actually do now, but I wanted to own my own franchise in a way of like, I would use existing truck schools, and they would basically use my software. I would. I would create a website.
Why can't you do that now? Yeah,
I can. That's the thing. I can do it now. I will eventually. It's just that I have a lot going on, and I'm.
What experience do you have in teaching people how to drive trucks?
I haven't got much. I have a few years of. Sorry, trying to keep a straight face.
Well,
he's gone this long without plugging it. I thought I'd give him a chance.
Did you get fucking paid for this?
It's about bloody time, I guess.
How else do you think I'm paying for this holiday? Honestly,
Just fucking do it. Just David, just do
I would
it.
no.
I
This
don't
is
know
no
how much
plugging.
you
This is no
paid
plugging.
for
This is
it.
actually a serious thing. This is a serious thing. I would love to actually where every single truck school uses the. I wouldn't do this by myself. I would love to get people all over the country and where we decide on exactly what we should do, and that way everybody uses the exact same software. They use the exact.
Yeah.
They use like
You're all on the same
all the
path
students.
sort of thing.
Basically,
Yeah.
it's eliminating. The classroom. You're eliminating the classroom altogether. I think the classroom in a truck school is absolutely pointless. It's just pointless. You don't need to be in a classroom. There doesn't need to be a physical building when you can learn all this stuff at home. And then you go into school, you drive the trucks, you practice, and you back up, blah blah blah, and you use my trucking skills app on iPhone, or Android, and you can get the PC.
There it is. There it is.
My trucking skills.
There it is.
I'm just saying you can.
Didn't you say previously that every state does the test and training differently anyway?
And then you would choose that, and it would be altered. You know what I mean?
You just want to make it you want to make it the same across the board. Why do you want different ones in different states, other than obviously specializations? But
I would say 95% of it would be the exact same, and then each state you just pick the state, and as well, you would find a truck school as well on their website. Via my, you would find a local truck school that actually does my program. Again, you don't have to, but I know it's my business idea, and it's where I'm going to go next after the games are all over and stuff.
I like it.
nice.
Got a plan.
Oh yeah, I'm non-stop thinking.
Revolutionizing the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Tom. What would you actually do? Because we know what Chloe would do.
Or is this?
Come on.
I think I would. I was thinking about this, but I think so. I would like to. I would like to have my own company, but I was thinking about what David was saying, and I think I would quite like, because there's a lot of people I've spoken to that would like to get into the industry, and they don't have the money, they don't have the resources, they don't have.
What set up a scheme?
I think I'd like to. I would like to set up like a charity.
Yeah.
School.
It's not a bad
which
shout.
kind
to be
of
fair.
that actually helps people who can't get into it themselves, who would make good drivers. Because I've actually got a few people who I know would
How do
make
you know they
really
make good drivers?
Well, just
It's just the attitude, isn't it? And
yeah.
I mean,
you'll
you'll learn along the way, won't you? At the end of the day, if you've got the right attitude and the wanting to do it, I think you should be.
Well, the U.S. government does that. You know, when it comes to if you're on unemployment, a lot of time they'll you can get your CDL for free.
I think
I
that's
don't know
actually
what
a thing
and
here.
the
If you're not
the UK
employed, you can
does.
do that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically,
but that's the thing though. You have to be unemployed.
Yeah.
Whereas there's people
That want to
are
work,
employed,
yeah.
and they don't want to be. And I hate to say this,
that's a good
but
point.
like, and I understand that there's some people who that work through whatever positions that they are kind of forced into being on the dole, and we won't get into kind of that side of it 'cause it gets political. But
Yeah.
there are people who work hard, who have a family,
Yeah.
and they are trying to support their family,
And they can't afford to do it.
They want and exactly, and I
there's
think
no
for
other
them
way.
people,
Yeah.
for them people, I think it'd be it'd be nice to actually kind of help.
Oh,
them
that's
and
quite
do what
touching,
I can.
Tom. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm quite
why-
shocked.
People
Can you-
think I
Can you
do
pay for
have a
mine?
soul.
Giants can
I
be
would
nice.
do, yeah.
Can you pay for
funny
mine?
choice.
Because I've been really trying to do it, and I've been using.
you
There's this
actually?
guy on TikTok. Yeah, there's this guy on TikTok that does these reversing videos.
Is it the one with
He's
the
got
squeaky
loads
voice?
of views. It is, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it might
I've
be.
been watching him. So.
He's at nearly 40,000, by the way.
Oh no, he's gonna overtake
no.
you
He's
catching up to
If he
soon.
you.
overtakes you,
Oh no. What's the bet he catches up to you and overtakes you?
Probably a really good
Oh my
God,
chance.
he looks so defeated.
Because his fucking videos are fantastic. The videos are brilliant. You know what I mean? So,
Maybe you should learn from him and develop.
yeah, basically, David, just try harder.
Try and be like him. Yeah.
yeah. And I think on that note, unless anyone's
finished
got any
yet.
other points, we're fucking down.
Well,
you
let her
bitch.
chug
Right.
her wine first. Let her chug her wine. Come on.
Chug.
I'm trying.
Do this.
We can't.
Come on, Chloe, we
Right,
know you can
we
get things bigger
literally
than that down
cannot
your
finish
throat.
this
Oh, I
until
set
she chugs
myself
the rest
up.
of
Oh,
it.
fucking
Come
hell.
on, go,
Yeah, you
go.
did.
Chug. If you're listening to this in your truck and you have no idea what's going
She's
on,
nearly there.
she's almost got it.
2
She's
ounces.
necking it. Wow.
1 ounce.
She's about to
Wow.
gag. She's about to gag.
There you go.
Wow. Oh, round of applause, everyone. Added cheers, David. Added cheers. Well done. You are going to be fucking floored later.
I already
And on
am.
that note, unless anyone's got any other point, no
I'm
points.
I'm good.
Right.
I do.
Gone.
I do.
Oh, go
Oh,
on.
hold
What's
on.
your point?
I do. I would just like to say, go to slamandslap.com, buy things, so I can pay for
Yeah,
my holiday.
please buy things.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Check out YouTube.
Thank you so much for
everything.
listening.
Love it.
Oh my God, Chloe.
What?
We're done now.
Oh,
Shut up,
fuck
you
you.
drunk bitch. Right.
Oh, producer says.
Producer, one more thing.
Are you going to close this off or what?
But you point your hand. Oh, I fucking hate you so much. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't listened, how did you get this far? And we shall see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.